Our dues. Well, it's 2 weeks since the general election result, and good news for all us that don't vote. We won again, big time. 60% of their voters, which is only 27 million in personal numbers, voted in. Yeah, 40% of us didn't vote, which means in, again, personal numbers, 18 million. That means 3 more million people have stopped voting alongside the 15 million of us. That's a major victory. Right, okay, nothing's going to be done. And they will tend to carry on in their tyrannies if nothing's really that bad and it's all okay. That doesn't mean anything. If we think about when Labour's only 9 million people now, and we're 18 million, so who's the real first in the past? We are, the independent sovereign native who don't vote. Right, we won this. They had the King's speech, a couple of days ago. So he's just inaugurated basically the plan of their agenda 24 to 29 in Agenda 30 for the next 5 years, which Labour will it fulfil all these things? And if it does, they do. If they don't, does anyone ever blame the King? But just go straight back to House of Commons, Corporated Party via, which is Labour, and they'll be blaming him. No one ever blames the King, do they? He set all these goals. Now, do they fulfil them? That's the question. And if they do, so what? The real question I put forward is, we're all still slaves to 48 weeks of a 4-week holiday in a monetary system of his, in the banking system. It's a free-tier control government. So you've got tier 1, as I tell you, as you know, like the House of Commons, tier 2 being House of Lords, and tier 3 being the King, and who protects the bankers of the 13 families on the square mile, or the 13 banking families in UK and via the world, right? And via UK, what we're in is our problem of this enslavement. But I mean, the good news is we've actually met 80 million on the sunny side. Yeah, we've got another 5 years of this, what they're going to put us through, apart from all the other stuff that they ain't telling us what's going to happen. Are we going to go to war? Aren't we going to go to war? Who knows what they're up to? But all I can say is, at least we've hit 18 million. All it really now takes us, statistically, to be a 51-49 democratic system of general election voting would be another 5 million of us to make it 51% of us. So need about 23-24 million-ish to make it 51% to the non-voter and 49 to the voters. You see? So we've won this. We're just a waiting game. As I say, I don't know what the quota the populace is breaks, or I don't know if it's 18 million or they're going to really take this to 51%. But all we know is that we've got here. We've got to this point where that's a major mark. I mean, the most has ever been to 17 million in 2005. So another 8 million of people not voting says something. People have had enough. The days have been cut short here. But because they're tyrannical, they're not going to let go so easy. So I say they're quite populist, but maybe they're going to probably take it to 51-49, being a psychopathic rulers there. They're not going to let go of the power they've got of 100 strong families across the world, apparently, that basically rule the world as a postage stamp of collectives against the rest of us. But I mean, as you can see, the future is coming on here for us, the people, as natives, so we are winning. It's a slow game, but all you can do is just keep on not voting. That's what you've got to do and get on with your life within the 5 years. Come the day of the true revolution, which is step 1, don't vote. And without voting, but they have to eventually stand there the next day and say they can't rule anymore because they've been beaten. And more and more people, as more of us get, increase in numbers, are going to get more vocal about this. That I will foresee. For definitely, that will definitely happen. But yeah, it's interesting to see how these next 5 years go on, and how much more of us in the next 5 years ain't going to vote. Anyway, enjoy this summer's day.